Yo, what's going on everybody? My name is Kivero Music. Welcome back to a brand new video, and today I'm going to be teaching you guys on how to make some stutter house. So if you guys don't know what stutter house is, it's been a genre that's been blowing up all over social media and in the music scene and all that stuff, and I'm going to be teaching you guys on how to do the stutter effect on drops with the vocals. And as you guys could also hear, I did add that onto one of my most latest tracks I made. It's called Dystopia, and this is how it sounds. Now that you guys got an idea on how that sounds, we're gonna be doing that for you guys today, and I'm gonna show you on the plugins that you guys need to kind of make that kind of vibe. So let's get right into it. As you see, we have the project loaded up here. This is my project that I made. It's the Dystopia project. So here are the vocals I started with in the drop. This is how they sound. So they sound pretty like stale. You could add a sidechain and kind of call it a day, but that's not what we're gonna do. So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna drag over our vocal effect. We're gonna add it into a mixer. And so now from here on out, what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to kind of just mix the vocals into the track and just kind of bring it to life and everything. So I'm gonna be adding an EQ2. I'm gonna choose the 40 hertz plus 18 kilohertz cut, and then I'm just gonna bring that over to this, and this is how it sounds. We're gonna just bring it down a little bit. Alright, and so now we're gonna be adding another parametric EQ2. That way we could just kind of get rid of some of the lows and annoying frequencies that we don't want in the mix. So we're gonna just do that, and then we're gonna look for frequency. Alright, so that kind of sounds pretty good. That way we could just kind of balance everything out a little bit. Alright, so next thing we're going to be doing is we're going to be adding a sidechain. And for the sidechain, I'm going to be using the LFO tool. And I already have my own presets. It's named the Hard Sidechain. So, and then this is how it sounds with the sidechain. And so now the next step that we're going to be adding is going to be we're going to be adding a stereo enhancer. So this is how the stereo enhancer is. This is a stock plugins, and just for effect, so you guys know that this is going to be using a stock plugin besides the sidechain. So you could use whatever sidechain you want, but for most of the plugins, it's all going to be stock plugins. Get your stereo enhancer, and then we're going to go to presets, and we're going to click for strings. And then what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to mess a little bit around with the stereo separator. So there we go. I kind of like it like around 13%. Yeah, to me 10 sounds good. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna start adding the stutter effect. So you might be seeing all these tutorials on YouTube where they make it so complicated, automations and all that. And don't get me wrong, there's some that sound good, but this is just showing you guys that you could also do it with your stock plugins. So we're gonna open up Gross Beat. Once you open up Gross Beat, you're gonna want to select the saw gate number 2. And so for this, you're already gonna get the sound of the stutter house. Watch. But in this case, you kind of gotta mess around with the attack and the release. That way you have your preferred sound. So let's see, I'm just gonna mess around with the attack and the release. Alright, so that to me sounds pretty good. I kind of like, because when you have too much, it's really just gonna drown out the volume of the audio. And so next thing you want to add is an OTT, because it did bring down the volume a little bit. So alright, so now we just kind of messed around with the OTT. I kind of came to a point where I kind of sound satisfied. And once you have like your drums, your basses and all that stuff, you could go ahead and just kind of go on and just maybe like fix up the fix up the mix a little bit from the vocals. Maybe you need to add more volume to it, so that's where the OTT comes in. And so right now I'm gonna play the song, and I'm just gonna see on how it sounds. You know, I kind of feel like I might need more mids, or a little bit more volume, but you know, I'm kind of just doing this off of by ear. So this is how everything sounded. So this is without the plugins. And then with the plugins and everything all together. So there we go. So right now that we have, you know, an idea of, you know, how it sounds, you know, I'm kind of satisfied with that. So we're gonna see how it sounds with all the drums all together, and that should be about it. And you know, this was just a quick way to kind of show you guys on how you guys could make your own stuttering effect. You know, it doesn't really take much. A lot of people like to overdo it, but at the same time it's good when you overdo it sometimes because it kind of sounds better. But also, you know, more doesn't mean always better. So you know, when you keep it simple, sometimes you're kind of saving yourself a lot of work and a lot of frustration. So you know, and this was also all stock plugins, and this was no like aftermarket plugins or third-party plugins. This was all just stock plugins. Only aftermarket was my sidechain, but that's about it. So yeah, guys, it's been Kivero. Thank you guys so much for watching, and this was the Stutter House tutorial on how to make your vocals sound like a Stutter House kind of track. And yeah, guys, thank you guys for sticking around, and here we go with the